Hey friends, let's learn how to do hammer-ons. Now these are important. It's used in all genres of music and it's used with rhythm playing and lead playing. So let me play the first exercise, then we'll break it down. So with a hammer-on, what we're doing is we're playing one note and hitting our finger down to create another note. So we're only picking once and creating two different notes. So what we're going to do is we're going to play the open G string and we're going to use our second finger because that's normally your strongest finger on your left hand. So I'm going to play the open G string and I'm going to use the second fret, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to hit my finger down, my second finger down on the second fret onto that string. And that's the hammer on. So think of your finger like a hammer. We want to hit it down fairly hard. If you're hammering in a nail, you don't just place the hammer onto the nail, you hit it down. So that's what we're doing here. We have to hit down on the string to create a sound. So I play the G string and then I take my second finger, hit it down onto the second fret, so fairly hard. Depending on your guitar and the setup and how high your action is how hard you have to hit down. And obviously we can do this on an electric and an acoustic, and it's normally a little bit easier on an electric guitar. So again, we play it and just hit our finger down on the second fret. And we can do this anywhere on the neck. We're just starting out for this exercise. Now the key to this, when we hit down, we want to make sure we don't hit the string above, so the D string, or the string below, because if we've got gain on or distortion, it's going to make a sound. We just want to hit down on the string we're playing. So G string, hit down, make sure you're hitting hard. The more you do it, you'll know how hard you have to push down on the string or hit down on the string to create the sound. We don't just want to place it down because you'll just stop the sound. And we don't want to hit it that hard that we're hurting our finger. And as I said, the more you do it, you'll know how hard you need to hit that down. So, and we're not hitting the D or the B string with my finger when I'm hitting down. It's just touching the G string and I'm hitting down. When I go to play again, I just lift my finger off and play the note again. So play, hit down, play, hit down, play, hit down. Now I'm also stopping the note here with this side with my finger and my pick so it doesn't keep ringing. Play, hit down there. Now you want to be able to play that fast and slow, so I can hold that G note before I hit down. So we're not putting our finger down slow, we're holding the first note. Then hit down. And I want to be able to do it quickly as well, so the G is not holding. Now when you feel like you've got it on the one string, we can actually do that on every string and just stick to the second fret. You'll find the E string's easier, the bottom E, because the string's thinner. You may have to hit down a little bit harder on your top E and A string. So just play each string and do a hammer on. Make sure you're not hitting the B string, then we do the B string. Just hitting the B string, the G, the D, the A, and the E. Now you can practice that up the neck as well if you want. You can go to the 5th fret and so that's the first exercise. We're playing an open string and then hammering onto a fret. Now let me show you the second exercise to work on your hammer-ons. Before we go on, if you're enjoying the lesson, please like and subscribe and say good day in the comments. We have new songs and lessons every week. You can also make a small donation on my Patreon page, and that really helps me out. So let's get back into it. So this time we're staying on the G string. We're going to play the 5th fret. And I'm going to use my first finger for that on the G string. Now this time I'm using my 3rd finger to hit down on the 7th fret on that G string as well. And same as before, we want to make sure we don't hit the D string or the B string. Now it won't matter so much on the B string because this first finger will be muting it anyway, so you're not going to get any sound out of that. So we play the 5th fret on the G, hit our finger down on the 7th fret on the G. And I'm not hitting the D string. I don't want to be and hitting more than one string, just the one string. Again, practice that fast and slow or holding the first note. and we want to hear that second note. So again, I'm hitting down hard, I'm not just placing my finger on, that just stops the note, hitting down hard. And I want to play that quickly as well. Now there's a couple of ways you could think about this as well. Normally when I do the hammer on, I'll hammer on, and when I do it I lift this first finger off as well. That way I'm ready to go to another note if I need to. So I'm hammering on and lifting my first finger off. So the hammer comes down, then my finger comes off. I don't lift that off before I've hit down. So slowly, hammer on, finger off, and then I'm ready to go to the next note. It doesn't really matter whether you do that or not, that's just my preference there. I can hold it down and then go to the next note if I want to. So that exercise again, do that on all strings, bottom E, B, G, D, A, and E. Now we want to be able to hammer on using all our fingers. Using our second finger with this exercise, we do exactly the same thing. Play the G string, 5th fret, and this time we're going to hammer on to the 6th fret. So exactly the same, I'm just using my second finger. And you can do that on all strings as well there and practice that. Now the hard one's going to be a little finger. Normally for most people our little finger's the weakest, but we want to practice that as well. So again, playing the 5th fret on the G, and I'm going to hit down on the 8th fret on the G. And I want to make sure I'm getting a sound, so I've got to hit down hard enough. Practice that on all strings as well. Now I sound a little bit weird because we're not in key, these are just exercises to practice. Now they're hammer-ons, do them with all fingers. Practice them in different spots on the neck. We can play them anywhere and they're used all the time with rhythm playing and with lead playing. So I could come right up using hammer-ons there. Now I can also hammer on with more than just one finger, but get your hammer-ons first right. I could actually, and we call that legato playing there. Get your hammer-ons right first with one finger, then you can come back and learn that technique as well. Just before we finish, it's quite easy to read the tab for hammer-ons. You'll have the note that we're picking, and then there'll be a capital H, and then there'll be the note that we're hammering onto. So you can see in the exercise we pick the open G string, capital H, hammer onto the 2nd fret. Thanks for watching and I hope you enjoyed this guitar lesson. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell, and if you're a beginner, I have an entire beginner's course for free on my YouTube channel. So hope to see you soon.